What's up guys, and welcome to another YuGiOh Duel Links video. So the Aporia event has finally ended and now we are greeted with an new event. Well, it's not actually new, but it's a recent event that got introduced this year as well, and it's called the Duelist Kingdom event. So let's click into the event page and see what we got. So basically there are notable changes to the entire thing. NPC trial duel has been added. Event points added to duels against Pegasus. Star chips can now be obtained through win streaks, revenge bonuses, as well as duel assessment bonuses has been added. Attribute icon for the selected area will now appear in your duel record. The cards added to your hand by environmental adaptations plus have been updated as well. So aside from these other different updates, the entire event flow is basically like this. I'll explain the event flow later on, so let's check out the recommended rewards because that's what is actually the highlight of every event. So first up we have Archfiend's Staff of Despair. Is an equipped spell, equipped only to a monster you control. During your main phase you can make all monsters your opponent currently control lose attack equal to half of the equipped monster's attack until the end of the turn, even if this card leaves the field. Okay, that's pretty nice. Until the end of this turn to the graveyard while equipped to a monster, you can pay 1000 life points, return this card to your hand. You can only use the effect of Archfiend's Staff of Despair once per turn. Okay, we have an additional Archfiend monster spell card right there, so meaning we can play this with Pandemonium. Not to mention it has attack reduction effect as well, so we can basically equip this to an Archfiend monster, use it as a tribute, or use one of the Archfiend monsters to basically tribute this card to actually add more Archfiends, or actually return an Archfiend from the graveyard or special summon it by that way. Either way, as long as you tribute this card and it leaves the field, your opponent's monster will still have an attack reduction regardless. That's a pretty nice effect. Next up is Blastsphere. So this is a pretty old card as well if you actually play Yu-Gi-Oh! IRL. When this card is in the face down defense position, was attacked by an opponent's monster. Before damage calculation, equip this to the attacking monster, and during your opponent's next standby phase, destroy the monster this card is equipped to. And if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the attack of the destroyed monster had on the field. So basically this attaches itself and self-destructs during the next turn, inflicting burn damage, which is a pretty fine effect. But overall this is a nice card to have, but definitely not gonna use in a deck unless you're gonna play like a stall deck overall. But it's a nice card to have if you want to play this card. It's a machine and it's a dark type, so it's pretty fine. Next up we have Sunbell the Summoner, all out attack, Armed Samurai Benkei, and also Spiral Spear Strike. So without further ado, let's check out the icon and click into it and see how it goes. So I'm just gonna skip this because we're just gonna check out how this entire area goes. So based on this entire map, as well as you can see, there are different sections of the cave that has attack bonuses for your monsters, and once you've collected enough star chips by dueling in these different areas, you can go into Pegasus Castle and basically duel him right there. The only thing I would like you to remember is that this is actually a PvP battle, so regardless of which area you select, it will heavily apply to this entire thing. And since we have the NPC trial duel that has been added, let's go for something like, for example, let's go for Dark. And just click into it just like that. Let's try an NPC duel first, so you get to know how this entire thing goes. But it is also important to note that for each of these different areas, they give you an attribute bonus points of attack, sort of like what you see in the original Yu-Gi-Oh series, where they gain attack points based on the area they're at, like how Weevil's insects gain attack bonuses when he's in the forest area, or when Paradox, when that guy bonds the zombie guy, gains attack points because he was dueling in the cave. So that's kind of the main theme for this entire event as well.
Optimism is nothing but
Let's set skill, let's set Labyrinth Klein and Super Team Buddy Force, and let's go.
I set a card. Here I go. I end my
Let's
turn.
do this. battle. Take this. My monster's gonna attack.
I'm just gonna reverse your attack right there, buddy.
Time.
I end my turn.
Optimism is nothing but an illusion. I draw.
And set this card
I'm
face
setting a
down
card.
and turn.
With this,
No one messes with
I'm
Joey Wheel.
ending
I
my
draw.
turn.
Let's do this. Let's bet luck. Don't fail me out. My monster.
Army of Skills
Mechlord
effect
Army of
activates.
Skills effect
So let's
activates.
bring this guy out.
Special summons a Mechlord army from Come On Out. Mechlord army of
All right.
Weissel.
You asked for it. My
Let's bring out
monster's
Kiel.
Nothing. I flip over my set card. Go, Mechlord army of
this.
Steel.
And activate the trap card, the spell card Maclord Deflection to gain bonus attack points.
Deflection.
I end my turn.
Optimism is nothing
So this
but
is the
an
fun
illusion.
part.
I draw.
In this turn, we have attack bonuses.
Mechlord army of Steel.
The X skill, Dark Monsters gain 100 points of attack. In addition, following effect can be used once per duel. Dark Monsters control gain 100 points of attack. That wouldn't matter because we're gonna try to Xyz into Gem Knight Pearl using these two cards.
Watch this. I Xyz summon a monster.
So now we attack with Gem Knight Pearl and 3000 points of damage right there in his face.
Your defeat would
So
be
Maclord Deflection, for the turn that you activate it, you deal no damage. However, during the next following turn, you gain the attack permanently and can deal damage directly. And kaboom!
There's no
It's my turn.
Just like that,
I draw.
and this is game.
This attack will end you. But begin a
So yeah, this is the entire this is basically the trial run for the entire Duelist Kingdom duels. But since I'm doing the NPC, I don't think I'll obtain any star chips, because the star chips only apply when you actually use duel against like oh wait. Alright, cumulative event rewards is obtained. You've collected 100 star chips. Select Pegasus, Castle Duel against Pegasus right there. But I don't want to do that. So right now, since I activate a spell card, the Carmine's event allows me to gain gems, which is fine. This is a nice bonus because I really need gems. Look at how much gems I currently have. Not to mention, the tour guide bingo missions is also going on right now, so you can complete this entire thing. And for the event details, let's check it out. What is the recommended reward? So just like previous event, Fairy King Alverdick. Only available on Sheet Tree, which is okay I guess, but it's not a card that I would actually preferably use regardless. And let's go back to the event itself. If I remember correctly, in the previous event there's actually a lottery system for this entire thing, but since I think they removed that already, so there's no lottery system for this event. So the entire this also has a cumulative reward system. Henceforth, you can actually obtain the sleeve and also the event cards as well, just by participating and accumulating points. Alright, so that's pretty nice added bonus. So that's basically how this entire event rundown is gonna go. You just participate in a duel based on the archetype you have selected in your deck. Let's say for instance, if your deck is basically a pure archetype, such as a Red Dragon Archfiend, which consists of mostly dark monsters, you'll go to the dark zone to actually the cave area where it can actually gain a bonus 100 points of attack. However, if you're playing something like Satellar, then you just go to the light zone. However, there are certain conditions where you actually play with a deck that has different other attributes, such as Maclords. So it's better that you can select anyone that has been listed with the attributes that's listed in your deck, but be sure that you actually summon the monster with that following attribute, so even if you lose, you still obtain the attribute bonus. That way you'll gain the amount of star chips that you want. Then challenge Pegasus in the middle area of the entire zone. Anyways, that's it for this entire area as a play in Duel World. Duel to get star chips. Okay, So aside from that, you also get the legendary duelist to appear in YuGiOh the original series, where you can actually duel against them to get the free star chip, and this is on a daily basis. So if you are not that keen on participating in the PvP duel, you can basically just duel this to get your star chips that you want. Because it's understandable if you do not want to participate in PvP as much due to like bad internet connection, or that you don't actually have the time to actually wait for certain matches to go, because there are times that matches go on longer than expected. But regardless of this entire thing, it's just to have fun and just to indulge yourself in that nostalgia of the Duelist Kingdom event. Anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys know the entire layout of how this Duelist Kingdom event actually goes. So if you want to know more, you can just comment in this comment below. Just let me know, and if you have any questions, and I'll answer it as fast as possible. Anyways, Christmas is also coming soon, so I hope you guys have a great Christmas and preparations for the holidays. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Stay safe, but keep dueling.